host, Billy G, Nikki P. Nick, how are you?
Very, very well. For the first time in about a month, I'm
Dude.
actually not sick.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
There
fully healed.
Dude.
Full penis. I have returned to full penis.
So just waking up, you don't have any fucking symptoms?
Rock hard.
Like that?
Yeah, I have a symptom.
As if fucking it's shaking at the end.
Just one giant vein running through it.
What was the last to go, man? The cough, like that lingering cough.
The cough. I still have like that Zoolander like dry cough, but it's not like a productive cough anymore. Yeah.
I think I have the black lung, daddy.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. That's
he
the last thing to go,
one
dude.
day in those mines. But yeah,
we've been down here for 20 years.
What's his name?
Vince Vaughn, dude, was one of the brothers.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn was one of the brothers.
And he had like no lines.
The dad was John Voight. And
John Voight, that's right.
He's like, "What'd you come back here for, boy?"
I'm glad your mother isn't here to see you become a fucking mermaid.
Merman.
The way he says
yeah.
it.
Oh, dude, it was so good. You know what's so funny? They all had that beautiful hair too. Like it was natural to the Zoolanders.
Was the other brother Chris Kattan?
No, he was some fat
guy. It was
guy.
Vince Vaughn. Was it?
Yeah, it was just some fat guy. It was a nobody.
Just some rando?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, they all had the hair.
But
even John Voight had the hair.
I remember the kid was heavy set. He was like, you know what I mean? Like it was really, hey, Mikas, or whatever his name was.
I love that movie.
That's
a classic.
So fucking good, man. Dude, I was just like a fucking teenager. And I remember when they were dancing around on the thing, and you just seen those two mechanics that they're like looking at. One's like smoking a cigarette, and they're all having a gasoline fight.
The gasoline fight's one of my favorite scenes. That Hansel's so hot right now.
So hot.
He always says it. He's so hot right now. Mugatu is one of the funniest characters ever created.
Will Ferrell is just such a juggernaut in comedy. And you know what's so funny? He's not the type of guy that's gonna write a big comedy special. Like, oh, he's a different kind of funny, man. Like he's
another special. Yeah, there's no one like him either.
Exactly. Any character that he takes control of, he like really like goes all the way into it. He makes it his own. Mm-hmm. He's funny. He's just a funny man.
There's a handful of guys like that where it's like their brand of comedy is like Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey. There's no other Jim Carreys out there. You know what I mean?
Jim Carrey. Being real, dude. On like just like comparing talent, I think Jim Carrey's like way. I don't think anybody even comes close to him. Like even, and he's cool now too because I like him because he's always calling out Hollywood on their bullshit. But let's say he wasn't. Let's say he was like really really drank the Kool-Aid in Hollywood and he was in with all those people and stuff like that. I'd still say he's just this massive talent that nobody comes close.
I agree 100%.
So good.
Because even when he does do more serious roles or whatever, his acting range is there. He has real chops.
Absolutely, dude. He could make
Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. Was special, man. Like he did a lot of great shit. Have you seen I Love You, Phillip Morris?
Oh my God, I was just about to show it to you.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, I was about to recommend that.
We just watched that, like I think maybe a week or two ago. Blew my fucking mind how good that movie.
God.
That is a phenomenal movie.
Ewan McGregor, dude,
a great movie. Hilarious, deep, heartfelt, interesting, complex, a true story.
Yeah,
it's like gay Catch Me If You Can, but it was amazing.
Yeah, it's so goddamn amazing.
I love that movie.
And it was so like out there, you know.
That movie proves the point that we always say that you can make like whatever progressive, like that movie's about two gay dudes, whatever, but it's not trying to preach to you, and it's just a good dude, and you root
movie. For them the
what a
whole
movie, dude.
Time, dude. And he's such a comment. He's such a badass. My favorite scene in that whole movie.
I'll tell you mine next.
Yeah, is he walks up to the receptionist and he tells her this like minor joke, like it's just a silly little joke about a lawyer talking to somebody, and he's like, well, you always get 3 questions, and then like he's like charging him for every question, like, what's your other 2 questions?
Oh, that's right. And then the joke cycles through.
It plays telephone through the people and all their different like personalities. And the very last guy, it's some racist like dude that's in his firm, and he's like, so the Jew says to the, you know what I mean? It was so fucking funny.
And he's just like fucking idiot when he walks behind him.
Yeah, he was so fucking good.
So for those of you that haven't seen it, it's a true story movie about a guy, this homosexual dude who basically lived life like a normal straight guy and hid his homosexuality. And he was married and like had kids and all this. So it was like a great father, a successful guy, super charismatic guy, very smart, intelligent person, very interesting guy. And the movie starts out, he gets into a car accident at the beginning of the movie, and he decides that he's not going to live his life as a lie anymore, and he's going to be himself. Which brings me to my favorite scene is when they have him on the gurney, and he's like, I'm going to be a fag, and he's like, fag, and he's all beat up, and like the ambulance, what are they called?
Paramedics.
I'm sorry, thank you. The paramedics are loading him into the van, and he just keeps saying fag at different pitches.
Yeah.
He's like, fag, fag, and he goes, faggot, fag. He just starts screaming it.
It was so fucking good. Dude.
Yeah, he just starts banging out dudes and changes his whole lifestyle.
I was gonna recommend that to you, but
fucking tremendous movie.
Our list of like shit that we want each other to see is so long, like so many different movies. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna overload them with like another one, but dude, I was gonna recommend it to you.
Phenomenal
It's such
film.
an amazing movie.
That it's a true story is even more mind blowing. That guy was a genius.
When something's a true story, the first thing I do after I watch the movie is I jump on my phone and I start looking at like everything that they actually did and stuff like that. Homeboy escaped prison like 3
That's
separate
what I did.
times.
More than that, dude.
Yeah, just to go see somebody that he wanted to see.
I don't want to ruin it, but I want to talk about it. Like the last one he did to get out so he can go see Phillip Morris in the other penitentiary and like what he put himself through.
Yeah.
Remember they're like, your attorney's here, Mr. Morris, and they're like, what? He's like, what the fuck? And then opens the door and it's Jim Carrey. It's what was his name? Jim Carrey. What's the real guy's name in the movie? Phillip Morris is the guy he falls in love with. That's the guy that he's obsessed with through the entire movie. But
remember
what was his name, dude?
Remember Bruce?
We just watched it.
No, I have no idea what his name is. I looked at the real guy, but I can't remember.
Whatever. Anyway,
because Phillip Morris,
the name of the movie isn't the name of the main
automatically
character.
go to that.
Yes.
He pays this black dude as their cellie next door. And he's like,
that dude's my favorite, man. My word is my motherfucking bond.
No, but
he gets all mad.
So Phillip Morris, Hugh McGregor, he's this little like really flamboyant, soft-spoken gay dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh come on, Luther, where is it? And he's and he was giving him kites like throughout the whole movie, and he looks at him, he's like, motherfucker, I ain't no faggot DHL.
That guy was the best.
He was the best. Dude, they had to bring in SWAT to turn down his music.
Because remember, he goes, I want you to play the entire tape. And he's like, promise me that you'll play the entire tape. And that's when he's like, man, he's like, my word is my motherfucking bond. And he's like super aggressive.
$10.
But he's honorable.
Yeah.
So he's playing the song in the jail. And it's like this romantic song. So him and Jim Carrey's character could be like dancing in the cell together. I don't want to ruin the whole movie. But anyway, he won't turn the song off. So the guards are like, shut it down. It's lights out. Shut it down. He's like, man, fuck you. He just keeps playing it. And then they come into the cell and you could hear him like fighting with the guards as they're trying to make him turn the song off. And he just keeps screaming. He's like, my word is my motherfucking bond. Dude, I love that movie so much.
Dude, such a great movie, man.
Yeah. Can I just, I'm going to ruin it, man. I don't give a shit.
Who cares?
There's a part in the movie at the very end because he keeps getting incarcerated for impersonating like doctors and like doing all kinds of scams and insurance fraud. The guy was a genius, did wild shit, became rich multiple times off of all these little scams and bullshit, pretending to be a lawyer successfully numerous times, etc. So,
and this was set back in the day, so remember why this hit him so hard, why they thought it was a death sentence.
Yes. So in one of the scenes, they split them up, and Phillip Morris goes to incarceration in another prison, and he's locked up in separately, but he just wants to be with him and just wants to see him again. This motherfucker, over the course of something like 6 months or something like that, stops eating, pretends to have AIDS, fakes medical records, makes calls as a doctor, gets himself transferred out of jail into a medical facility where he's being diagnosed with like death in like a handful of weeks, creates a fake clinical study program, calls as that doctor, has himself transferred out to this fake clinical study that doesn't exist, and escapes jail this way.
Unreal.
And I'm not even doing it justice. Like the way that I'm telling you is not even more as detailed as it needs to be. It's fucking astonishing.
Many genius little like cycles that he covered every basis of everything you could. It was a flawless plan and it worked. And the only thing that ruined it is that he wanted to get Phillip Morris out of jail, and then he was a lawyer too, so he was going to take up for a lawyer.
He got caught impersonating a lawyer.
And one of the guys that he fucked over in the beginning, looked over and he sees him, and he knew it was over. It was it. It was done.
But it's phenomenal. He literally stops eating. There's a scene where he's like laying in his jail cell on his back, and you could just see like his concave stomach and his ribs are sticking out. He's all emaciated and he's like acting all weak. It's fucking crazy, man. And I remember when he's doing the monologue in the background, he goes, and throughout all this, he's like, these dumbass doctors in Texas never thought to give me an AIDS test once. I was like, oh so shit, good. Dude. It's good. Crazy. It's crazy.
It was so bad back then that they were just like, what up? He's gone. He's a goner.
Love that movie, man.
Yeah, it was great, man.
Faggot. With that Jim Carrey flair, it's just charming as shit.
The paramedics are sitting there bringing him in, having to hear this.
They're like, okay, buddy, whatever.
Nick,
Great movie.
I just got hiccups.
Did you? Well, this should make for a great
This,
show.
yeah, this is wonderful. Wait, no, it went away. Good.
Make sure you do it into the microphone each and every time.
Just every time. Hiccups are fucking annoying.
And that's our show. He's like.